Good, y'all? It's the kid, Mikeyt, the movie star. I'm back with another exclusive. I got a major exclusive today. This exclusive pertains to G Unit, 50 Cent, G Unit, all the guys, but more particularly Mike Knox going to sit with QueenzFlip recently on his podcast, the Flip the Script podcast. And y'all, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all the followers out there that have been following ever since the early days of me repping with the former G Unit guys. Bang'em Smurf, Domination. I know we got a lot of Domination fans out there. Domination actually has a new single available right now. Y'all can check that out. I'm going to put it in the link in the bio. I'm going to pop it up on the screen here too because, Damo's the big bro and shit. I rocked with Damo for a long time. Give a shout out to I Pray as well. My guy Keep Me Loopy and shit. I'm going to put the description for the clothing line in the link as well in the description so y'all can check that out. But today's exclusive actually is pretty serious because we're going to dip into QueenzFlip and his interrogations of the G Unit scene. And I think y'all know I could respect that, though. I think everybody out there knows that I could respect that because I've been somebody who out there has been building on G Unit stories for years, uncovering different topics and stuff like that. So QueenzFlip actually had the chance to get Mike Knox on the channel. And if we look back to the history of QueenzFlip's channel, I guess in the most recent interview, he said that he had interviewed Bang'em Smurf 4 years ago. So that was interesting. I know they're talking about doing another interview. I know they had a pretty controversial video where I was mentioned. Bang'em Smurf was actually supposed to reach out to QueenzFlip to me so I could go over there and do an exclusive interview and explain a couple things pertaining to my career. I've gotten a few things figured out, in regards to my career, in regards to what I've done. I appreciate everybody for tuning in today, though. It's Mikeyt, the movie star. Anybody that wants to follow me on Instagram, I'm going to follow you guys right back. If you guys want to do a video premiere or if you guys want to come on the channel to, share your story, I'm down for that, guys. Follow me on the gram, Mikeyt _ the movie star. It's right there on the joint. Y'all could see it. I'm going to follow you guys back immediately. It's no Hollywood shit on my end. But let's tap back into this story because it was a pretty interesting topic the other day when I opened my phone and I saw that Mike Knox was on the Flip the Script podcast. Now, that wasn't really too, it didn't, take me by storm. If anybody from G Unit was going to get on the QueenzFlip show, obviously it would be Mike Knox, even though 50 has shown Flip like crazy love. He's been watching Flip's joints like crazy. You know what I mean? So that's dope to know that 50 has been watching Flip. So it's like you got 50 watching your channel. So this is what Mike Knox was trying to explain to Flip. He was like, yo, Flip, you got 50 watching your channel pretty much. You got to watch the moves you make. And every time I'm flipping my phone open, I'm seeing it's this guy talking about 50. This past guy talking about his relationship with 50. This dude talking about how his dad had a relationship with 50. If you look back, I'm not sure if we ever did have, aside from Bang'em Smurf, I'm not sure if Trav ever went on the Flip the Script podcast. But as Mike Knox said, this will be I'll probably be the only member of G Unit to ever sit on your couch. He told Flip basically, Flip wasn't going to get an interview with 50 Cent. That's what he told QueenzFlip. He said, Flip, you ain't never going to get an interview with 50 with the way that you be doing stuff. They brought it back to Trav jumping on QueenzFlip's Instagram Live. There was a whole big controversy that got blown up with Young Chop a few months back, where Young Chop was going wild on everybody in the industry. I think everybody out there remembers it. And then Trav had popped into the conversation and said, yo, I'll blow your fat ass up or whatever. I'll pop your ass like a balloon or some shit like that, Trav had said to him. And so then QueenzFlip actually, who has a relationship with Trav, they got on the live together and they talked about it. And Trav, it just seemed like that day that Trav actually went into a crazy, a spiral. He spiraled out of control that day because days later or hours later, he went on this live and 50 got tagged and he had said, 50, hit me up, apologize by 8 p.m. or I'm going live and I'm exposing everything. And I'm exposing everything. So that's pretty much what happened. Trav went on live and exposed everything. And they're kind of saying that QueenzFlip, the Queens guy, the dude who's from their neighborhood, is the one who helped this spiral out of control. And on this show, QueenzFlip actually took some credit for that. Well, you don't want to call it credit, but he took some responsibility for that all spiraling out of control. And this is just one of the reasons that we might never see certain individuals on the QueenzFlip show. Mike Knox told Flip, he said, call Tony Yayo right now. Call him. Call him on the phone. Call him on the phone. See if you can get a hold of him. Flip said, nah. And then Mike Knox is like, yeah, because you have no reason to call him. Very interesting point right there. Lloyd Banks actually hit a QueenzFlip up and told him, you could have ended this. You could have stopped the live right then and shut him down. You want to know why? Because that's what G Unit members would want to do to each other. If somebody started talking out of turn, silence them. That's what the G Unit was about. And you know what I mean? And QueenzFlip is just like, yo, listen, this is my channel. This is exposure for my channel. As Trav said, you always wanted this. You always wanted this, Flip, and I'm giving it to you finally. And that's what's messed up, because everybody out there would think about me as always wanting to talk about 50 Cent. Like, I would hear the little chatter, Mikeyt 50, Mikeyt 50, Mikeyt G Unit. But look what it is now. Now you got Mike Knox going on this man's platform and saying, no, you are the one who talks about 50 all the time. Everybody knows it's QueenzFlip talking about 50 all the time. So that made me feel a type of way. Like, it made me feel a way like, wow, so everyone is trying to get in my ear and saying I'm the guy known as talking about 50. When I got interviews online, like dope-ass interviews with Gilly the Kid, with Cassidy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got these long-ass interviews. They don't pertain to 50. I interviewed Herb McGriff, did a freestyle with Herb McGriff when I got started. Nothing to do with 50 Cent. You know what I mean? I'm from Connecticut. You know what I mean? Just because they say QueenzFlip, who is from their hood, they want to say that he only talks about them. Just because he's from their neighborhood, that gives him the right to talk about them. That gives him the right to explore them. Just like dude from Chicago who covers Chief Keef. You know what I mean? But Flip also be having, like, he just had Mano on the show. You know what I mean? He expands. He expands. And honestly, personally, I think these guys like Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, who has a relationship with QueenzFlip, should go on his show and should explain some of their situations and tell their story, because this man has a platform that really gets out to the world, and it does real views. That's why you saw Mano go on his platform to promote his project. People understand that QueenzFlip has reach. So don't take this video as a misinterpretation. You know what I mean? Because QueenzFlip's couch counts. You know what I'm saying? QueenzFlip's couch, it counts. So that's really what I just wanted to address today. It was kind of crazy seeing Mike Knox jump on QueenzFlip's show and talk about some of the situations that were released in the interview. Thus far, he didn't really go into the gunplay fight too much. He said that Gunplay ran to TMZ afterwards, after the fight. Reasoning behind Gunplay going on TMZ after that is he was a Def Jam recording artist. He had an album that he was working on that had been budgeted. You know, to hear that this guy who was being budgeted by a major record label just got jumped at the BET Awards, no less. You're going to have major outlets like The Breakfast Club looking to talk to him about the situation. Never mind the fact that Charlemagne had a relationship with Gunplay. You know, a lot of people out there have a relationship with Gunplay just because he's purely talented. You know, I appreciate everyone for tuning into this. There's going to be a lot more topics like this, guys, because I got to go in and I got to analyze some situations. You know what I mean? I got to take a look at situations like reasonings behind things. They say that QueenzFlip isn't going to get an interview with 50 Cent. We're going to have to wait and see. 50 has granted people with interviews in the past. My own personal story, 50 actually declined an interview with me in person. You know what I mean? 50 had told me, Mikeyt, we just denied Channel 12 News. So I'm sorry, I can't do an interview with you. I'm like, damn, I created a little bit of a disturbance. You know what I mean? But I kept it moving. You know what I mean? But QueenzFlip has been shown love by 50 in the past from his platform, you know what I mean? Which I'm sure has actually helped QueenzFlip's platform grow. I'm not trying to insinuate anything like back in the day when 50 was saying that he was one of the major reasons that World Star Hip Hop took off, but QueenzFlip has been acknowledged by 50 Cent as doing good work, you know what I mean? That's like, it's great groundwork over on QueenzFlip's show, guys. But everyone, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to Report Card Radio. I just want to tell you a little bit more about the I Pray brand. The name of the clothing company is I Pray Clothing. It started in 2011. They actually started manufacturing physical pieces that were made available to the public in 2013. The reason that he started the brand is because at one point in his life, TJ, my man TJ, aka Mr. I Pray, was homeless. He was friendless and familyless, and all he had was to pray. He did that on all 10. Through praying, he picked up the pieces and turned things around. So everybody out there, I want you guys to tune in. I'm going to leave a link in the bio so y'all can tap in with I Pray Clothing, y'all. It's a good message, good brand, good pieces, y'all. And this is the kid, Mikeyt, the movie star. If anybody wants to tap in with me, it's Mikeyt, the movie star on Instagram with an underscore. It's right there, guys. Just hit me up. We could do anything you want to do as far as, you know, placing a music video premiere, or if anybody wants to come on the channel and tell their story. I respect y'all for tuning in. Thank you.